Hello, it's British Legion, and I've finally done it. I've finally done the Warlord Highlanders Regiment, which it took some time. I think I didn't paint a lot over this past 2 weeks or so. We've had periods of hot weather, and when it's hot, I just want to be out chilling in the garden, just reading or playing on my phone with these new Japanese games I've been picking up. That's your fault, Adam. And yeah, so I've been doing a lot of that. I've had a lockdown haircut. I need to trim the top off it a little bit. I haven't touched it really, but yeah, I need to do something. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit the deck and I'm going to show you the Highlanders. And well, actually, I might do that book review first. Hang on. Right, for this I'll put my reading glasses back on so I can see what I'm doing. My first book I haven't actually got anymore because I gave it to one of you lot out there. I can't remember who it was, but yeah, I did. And it's probably the only history, military history book I've ever read from front to back. And it was a really good, riveting read. It's called Sniper 1. There's a picture. And the book's about the British Army in Iraq, defending the compound, and they're tagged up with a few American mercenaries, I believe, and I think out of memory some SAS as well. But they have to hold a position which they thought would be fairly peaceful, but it turned out to be almost like Rook's Drift, where they were being bombarded by mortar fire, rockets, the lot, and it got pretty intense, and it was a really enjoyable read. Luckily, they all made it out. I think most of them made it out of memory of the book, and yeah, it just shows it, and it's quite shocking what they had to go through. It got quite bad, but I think they made it. But yeah, I recommend that, Sniper 1. A second book, I part read it. I haven't read it all because it's quite a big book and I'm not a great reader. This was recommended by my good friend Jerry in Ireland, and I had to get it. Once I read his, looked at his video, and he did a little mini review about it. Dungeon, Fire and Sword, and it's a really riveting read again about the Knight Templars, their crusade into Jerusalem, and right up to the point where they were all taken down by the Friday the 13th. That's where you get Friday the 13th out, because the king, I think one of the French kings, decided to say to the Templars were getting a bit too greedy with all their money, and they had to be stopped. So, and that was on the Friday the 13th. So, good read. Well, I will finish it one day, but highly recommended. If you do, check out his go and see his channel. I'll put a link in the description if I can find the video, and if it's still up, of the review he did for this book. So, and last but not least, a bit controversial probably, a book on the SS, A New History. And again, I've only part read it, but what I have read so far is pretty good. What the author's done, he's actually gone into the archives of the War Offices, and fresh sort of information that's sort of been available to him, and he's done his research. So yeah, all the bad stuff and all not so good stuff, and basically the setup of the organisation, and yeah, it's quite a good read, and I will get around to finishing it at some point. So yeah, but as the author, yeah, there you go. Should have said the author on the other one, but I didn't. Right, hit the Highlanders.